everybody. This is Catherine Williams, your local Santa Clarita Realtor, and I am here today with Seth Keenan, and he is an inspector. So, welcome, Seth. It's so nice to have you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, I was wondering, what kind of a situation does somebody need an inspector for?
That's a good question. 90% of my work is for buyers going into the home buying process. So when they're going into escrow and they're doing their due diligence, they hire me and I come in and I'm basically their advocate. I'm their consultant. I check out the house. I let them know about the structure, the roof, the plumbing, the electrical, the HVAC, the electrical, the air conditioning system, and just let them know exactly what they're getting into. I do it for sellers as well. It's not as often. I'd like to see the industry move more that way, to where I'm going in for the seller, and I'm doing an inspection for them, and they're doing a complete disclosure that way. So they're basically putting my report and their house on the market, saying this is what you get, and that way there's not a surprise from a buyer's inspector coming in later. But the industry is geared towards the buyer's inspector, and it is a great thing because buyers should be made aware of what they're getting into.
Mm-hmm.
I also do it for commercial properties when somebody's doing making a business move and buying a new property for that, and even when they're leasing a property long term, say a 20-year lease, I let them know the condition of the air conditioner and all those things I mentioned. That way, they have proof of how they received the property.
Mm.
So it's to educate yourself on when you're acquiring or selling real estate.
Yeah, it sounds like very important for any new homeowner to get, because you sure don't want an unpleasant surprise.
For sure.
Yeah.
All structures as a whole have ongoing maintenance, and sometimes maintenance is deferred, and a potential buyer should know that information for sure.
Absolutely. So, how did you get into this line of work, and what did you have to do to learn how to do this?
Okay, I came from construction. I worked several trades, built homes from the ground up, did grading, did network cabling, did tile, granite, did glass, shower units. And there was a point in my career where I knew the back wasn't going to last that much longer, and I had to start working with the brain a little bit more. So I was going to get my general contractor's license, and I was kind of focusing on that. And then I came across an old family friend who was out of Orange County doing this industry, which I'm so glad I found. And I just started to train. I lashed onto it with both, everything I had, so to speak. Mm-hmm. With all the legislation we have in California, there is no regulation for home inspectors. So you could be a home inspector tomorrow with no insurance, no training, be completely legal. You'd probably go out of business pretty soon.
Scary thought.
But, so I found CREA, which is California Real Estate Inspection Association. I'm now president of my chapter, and I'm obviously an active member. And that's they kind of set the threshold to get in and demand CECs, continued education credits, so we have to do ongoing training every year. They also had a mentorship program I was in. They required only a handful of ride-alongs, but I did approximately 36 with about a half a dozen different inspectors, just to kind of see who did things I liked and who did things I didn't like, and things I could pull from, and what to do and not what to do and what not to do, kind of thing. And a lot of online classes and seminars. It's something that there's, even as me coming from a tradesman with a lot of trades under my belt, I hadn't done plumbing, I hadn't done electrical, I hadn't done HVAC, so there was a lot for me to learn and to know what was installed right and what's not installed right.
Yeah.
So it's something that if you're going to make a decision to do that, I think you have to have kind of I was leaning as a handyman at the time, so you kind of got to have something to carry you, or a rich wife or something like that to carry you.
Yeah.
So,
of course.
But yeah, great question.
Yeah, well, and I can tell our viewers that you have a great reputation amongst the realtors, and that you do a very thorough job.
Thank you. Non-alarmist too. So every home has deficiencies, and people need to be made aware of those deficiencies. But it's not the end of the world, because if we go to this house over here, it's going to have very similar deficiencies as this house.
Right.
So it's not something where I'm there to scare everybody, but I'm just there to educate everybody, and that way people know what they're getting and what they're selling.
Right. Well, so Seth, I heard you have some unusual hobbies. Do you want to share that with us?
Sure. I shoot archery. I'm actually training to shoot the Indoor Nationals this year.
Woo!
So the unlimited class. Just as fun. It's just kind of see if I can do it. I'm I'm also into go-karting. I used to be into motocross. I'm into off-roading. My son's got a nice race car. It's an old race car. We've turned into a parking lot cart, and we go in and invade the parking lots at night. And we actually got permission from a couple of people because I do it very safely. But yeah, I like to shoot archery and spend time with my son doing things like that, outdoors, hiking, fishing, archery.
How old is he?
He's 12.
Nice. Yeah, well, he's learning some great skills along the way.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, Seth, do you have any discounts you want to offer our Park Bench listeners?
Of course. I would like to do a 15% discount for anybody who mentions Park Bench and or Catherine Williams when they call my office. I believe the numbers will be posted on the website, and you can also email me as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Seth.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Of course. Bye-bye, guys.